And good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. It's tough times never last, but tough people do. I'm Michael Kuzilny, and thank you so much for watching. You've been watching for a long time, I know. A lot of people come up and email, and of course, a lot of people end up on the couch. We've had about 1,000 people and more on this couch over the last 5 years, all sharing their stories. And that's what I really appreciate about the people who do come on and share their authentic stories. Real people and real stories, rather than the pretentious people out there pretending to be something they're not. On tonight's show, Millie Minogue, a lovely lady who's really followed her life path. She's met Kylie Minogue. She's also even in Kylie Minogue's book, and she's been a hairdresser. And you've done so many fabulous things in your life.
Yes, yeah. There have been sort of few things, yeah.
Yeah. And you grew up in Brisbane and then came to Melbourne to be a hairdresser.
Yes.
Yeah, how was that experience?
It was, I don't know what I was going to put myself into, like, the idea of, like, because I had a friend here and she said, well, move here and, you'll get better training than, Queensland and all that sort of stuff. And I did want to be the top of what I chose to be. So I thought, well, okay, I have to do the move. It wasn't until I got here that I realised it was so daunting, and so thinking, what have I done here? And didn't realise how big Melbourne as a city was compared to, like, the Sunshine Coast. So basically I thought, well, I'm here now, I just have to stick through it and just do
Millie,
it.
I can imagine going to school in Brisbane, you weren't the type of little boy who played football or cricket or did wrestling in the sampan there. You felt that a little bit different. You were drawn to your feminine side.
Yes, yes.
But you were saying before in the break that that other people told you that you were more in touch with your female side.
Yeah, well, I suppose because I was so young, I hadn't sort of experienced other people. I hadn't talked to anyone else about it, basically. So when they told me, I went, oh, really? I think, okay, it's that obvious. So
yeah, you've got such a lovely personality, such a bubbly personality. They must have loved you at the hairdresser salon.
Yeah, they did. The small little thing coming along, and full of laughter, and so yeah.
And everyone comes there to tell you their stories and their life issues.
Yes, yeah. You sort of have to be,
yeah,
a psychologist basically when you're a hairdresser.
And how long did you do that for? How long hairdressing?
I did it for just over 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Where about?
And I worked at a salon in Toorak Road, South Yarra, called Queen's. So yeah, it's a very appropriate name for it. So I worked there, and yeah, I just had enough. So.
Had enough?
Yeah, it wasn't what I expected. Like, it was very tough mentally.
Millie Minogue, when did you become a beautiful woman?
Well, then I just sort of thought, well, my other option was I wanted to be a pop star, but I can't sing. So the next closest thing was to do shows, sort of like, mime to other people's shows and in songs and
viewers, she certainly did that. Young Millie Minogue, she's one of the best around Australia and the world, and very good friends with Kylie Minogue, and she's been travelling around Australia entertaining many people, and she's so straight down the line and authentic and very, very independent towards the opinions of other people, which is so important, isn't it? People are always worried what other people will think, but isn't it, it'd be nice just to be yourself, and if people come to you with love, you respond with love. But if people want to backstab or laugh, karma will come back to them, doesn't it? I really believe in karma. What comes around goes around, doesn't it?
Yes, always. And what annoys me more is people sort of judge or say sort of things about a person when really, if you give them a mirror, they're no better or
often worse.
Yes,
we'll come back after the break, and we'll talk to the lovely Millie Minogue. Don't go away.